Hello, darling. Welcome to this newest episode from Shamanic Heartspace about the Aquarius full moon happening around the 11th, 12th of August 2022. I'm Nancy. I will be your host and guide, I guess, over this podcast. I am going to channel this information and I hope that you find it useful. Please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And just pay attention to your own path and the power within you. And like I said, I hope you find it useful. And if you want to join me on Patreon or any of the socials, please do. Thank you so much for all of your comments, all of your shares. Oh, and thank you for the reviews as well. That's been a really nice surprise. Thank you. I wasn't expecting that. And around 3,000 people are listening each episode. And to me, that's wild. That's an awful lot of people. So hello to all of you. Big welcome to the new Patreons as well. And a big thank you to all the Patreons who make it possible for me to do this podcast. And thank you, all of you who listen and that are just out there living your lives. We're all in this together. You're not alone and you're amazing. So I hope you enjoy this episode and I will speak to you again at the end. Lots of love. Okay, so let's just connect in with that Aquarius full moon energy and the energy surrounding that. Okay, so for those of you new to this, this is channeled information. I get messages and visions and feelings in my body that I then try my best to translate and put out. Sometimes my voice changes and often I yawn. Maybe you feel like yawning with me. It's just symptoms of channeling, okay? So if I say things like they're telling me, it's because that's the message that's coming through. I'm simply a channel, a hollow bone for those messages to come through. Okay, I'll connect you with that channel. So they're literally showing me a beach, the sea, the waves. So maybe it's been a bit calmer by the time you listen to this. Maybe the energy settled down for you for a little bit after a period of chaos and a lot of change, perhaps. Okay, but with the occasional big hiccups. I'm laughing because the image they're showing me is in England. We've got these flowers we call buttercups, and when they show me that, it means hiccups. It's something to do with the nursery rhyme from being a child. Okay, so occasional big hiccups. So we've got a calm sea, and then the occasional big sort of tidal wave that may be sweeping off your feet a little bit. We have had a period of really strong energy. So at the time I'm recording this, we're still pre-Lions Gate, but I can move forward and move around space and time to channel this energy, if that makes sense. So by the time you listen to this, you may have had some calm seas with the occasional tidal wave is basically it. But you're probably getting a real sense of things speeding up, very much so. Losing track of your memory, dates, days, times. For example, I was absolutely sure I'd already done this podcast, but I must have been hanging out in the future somehow. And now I've come back to here where I have to actually do it again. So, okay, showing me this wave again. So there is quite an intense vibe, like just an energy that's coming through, like an undercurrent. There's a lot of water energy. Okay, so it's like if you've ever been to a music festival or somewhere where there's a lot of loud music, and you're picking up on all of that different vibrations, all the different vibrations that are going on. That's very much what it's like at the moment for people who are sensitive. We have to really take care of our energy. Have you been feeling that then, by the way? So you might not be able to know exactly where you're feeling it, or maybe even barely perceiving that you're feeling it, but you're feeling it somewhere in your energy field. Okay, so they want me to say to you, when things speed up, slow down. When things feel intense, have to slow down. This is really important. Okay, so just a reminder, everybody's on a different journey. We're all on our unique paths. Even though we're all connected and co-creating together, we all have our unique part to play. But whatever is coming through in the energy is there's possibility for surprises and perhaps what you might call unstable energy. Okay, so getting a lot of natural imagery here. It's like literally showing me sort of like earthquakes. It doesn't mean there's going to be an earthquake, but just the feeling of that could be quite personal. So this is happening in order for people to find more alignment. They're showing me the number 5. Hang on. I don't know why these messages come through different kind of, I don't know, clairvoyant skills or whatever they are. So sometimes I see it, sometimes I hear it, sometimes I feel it, so on and so forth. Smell's been a new one, and taste have started to come through recently. But then something like this happens where they're showing me something. It's like playing a game, I don't know, like charades or something. And I'm like, you could just tell me. You could rather than make me work it out. So okay, interpreting this, there's going to be opportunities for more alignment for people between sort of now and 05. So probably May next year is, yeah, that feels right. Between now and then. Okay. Thank you. All right. So eclipse energy. So we don't actually, do we actually have an eclipse? I'm not sure. But they're telling me that there's an eclipse energy coming. So that's when we really get to see into our shadows and make big changes. So that's going to be happening between now and the end of the year, obviously. So within, so without, as above, so below. The changes we make inside have to ripple out. So between now and the end of this year. So we're going to just need to surrender to that. Hang on, let me see if this is more personal. They're saying it doesn't matter if it's personal or collective, or I'm asking about on institutional structural levels, but they're saying to me it doesn't matter because each of us is projecting out anyway. So be ready to embrace changes, and then things will run more smoothly. So trying to resist these changes is going to make things more difficult. So just okay. Just keep going, just stay in your lane. One of my favorite sayings, coined by my cosmic sister. Okay, so there's definitely bringing in, I don't think that's correct English, but it doesn't matter, bringing in more of what you want, but it might not look how you thought it would. So it might be feeling uncomfortable. You might feel rushed into some things, even if you think, oh, it is what I wanted, but I feel kind of rushed now, or I didn't think it was going to look this way. Just seeing if there's any more on that. Hold on. So yeah, the realm of great mystery tends to give you what you want not give you what you want, but it does give you what you need. So just bearing that in mind, and you designed it all before you came here. There's nothing coming your way that you can't handle. Just surrender, go with the flow. And if you feel like you want a moment to catch your breath, just step out for a minute and catch your breath. Meditate. So, yeah, just allow things to work themselves out. You might feel like the rug keeps getting pulled from under you, but it's not. These things are just strengthening you and connecting you more in with your soul. So self-care is still a theme that's really important now. Getting in with your meditations, any of the meditations I've released or other people have released. If you want guided meditations, it doesn't matter when you listen to them. One just came out for Lion's Gate. You can use that one, or just do whatever makes you get back into your body and feel calm. Resist the urge to leave your body at this time. That might sound a little strange to some people, but disassociation and leaving the body is quite common. And it's really important that we experience this life here as embodied as we can be, because that's why we are here, and we're in this human form to stay in the human form. It took a lot of time for me to learn to stay in my body. I thought everybody was astral traveling all the time, and I was never getting any sleep because I was always leaving my body. And anyway, that will resonate with some people and not everybody, I'm sure. Okay. They want me to let people know you're ready for whatever it is, even if you think that you're not. You are ready. You they're saying actually you've been in the oven longer than you needed to be. You're really ready to whatever it is. I can't connect mentally with previous channeling I've done because I'm in this channel, but I'm pretty sure we talked about or I delivered the message about following your soul and standing in your power, and that's going to be connected in with that. So whatever it is that you wanted to go for, you wanted to manifest, all of that stuff, the time's now, the time has come. But with that, perhaps anxiety and overwhelm, because the human body has apparently never known such expansion, such high vibration. So a lot of your work, our work, is to be grounded, by which we mean be in your body. You can use visualizations, you can use movements, you can use creativity. They're coming out of the head, coming out of the other realms and into the body. Often visualizations or meditations involving trees and roots can be very useful for that, or crystals in the ground can be very useful for that. But this is really important work, to be grounded. There are a handful of medicines, teas, plants that can aid with that, but do try to stay in your body. Take care with that. This is also connected in with boundaries. We're still working on boundaries. It's likely they're going to be tested over this time, over this moon. One sec. Okay, so don't worry too much about being lonely, being alone. Maybe some people listening are concerned about having boundaries, that they might end up on their own. Maybe there's a kind of people pleasing element to that, but you don't need to do that. You're enough as you are, and you deserve to have boundaries. You deserve to have your space. You deserve to say no. Okay. Okay, so with this, it's likely yeah, some fears are going to come up. Past stuff, karma, stuff about, soul contracts, old patterns. That's probably come up around Lionsgate as well, especially the karma and the twin flame business. Thank you to all of you who reached out to me about that as well, about your twin flame stories and various other bits and pieces. I really appreciate it. Really, really love to hear from you and chat with you. It's really amazing. Okay, yeah. So these things are coming out of the shadows so that you can clean those parts of yourself, for want of a better word. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. Just sometimes old energy gets stuck in our energy. And maybe we just need to examine things with, more mature eyes, as it were. That's all. Okay. Show me somebody. Does it show me Alice in Wonderland looking in the mirror, actually? Hold on, let me just see what this means. Feeling of confusion. You don't want to go back to where you were before, but you can't go back. You can't go back. You've changed. You can't go back to sleep. So maybe some of these old patterns or old people or old things popping up, and you think, but I thought I changed, but I feel like I used to, and all of those kinds of things. No, you've come so much further than you think. And just breathe. And just breathe. The world is a mysterious place at the moment, and you are changing all the time. And you can't go back, and you won't go back, so don't worry. You are strong, you're stepping up, you're stepping forward. There's just some wounds being looked at just to make sure that they have been addressed, and then that they can fully heal. They're saying it's graduation time. So just, I don't know, maybe this is like, if they want to use that school analogy, maybe this is like the final exam before you leave the education system. Wow. Okay. So kind of tired, kind of exhausted, but it's good. Just remember that this is good. This is all happening for your highest good, for our highest good. Okay. Oof. Okay. Changing energy. One sec. Okay. So there's a lot of work going on here. Thank you for your work. Thank you for showing up. All of you, all of us. Okay, so even if you feel like you're not working, if you're cruising, you're still working. So thank you. Try to enjoy the work as much as possible. Sometimes, especially with what I do, medicines and stuff, it could sound like, oh, all the time we're just looking for things to fix. That's not the message I'm trying to put out at all, because I don't even believe that. And even have some issues around the concept of like healing, because you are enough, you're perfect as you are. And yes, I prefer to use the word kind of cleaning and reconnecting and remembering. So I hope for everybody that there's a process of remembering and reconnecting to your soul, because for whatever reasons, we can lose sight of that connection sometimes, and it's nobody's fault. It's just how it is. And you are doing a lot of work, but just try to make sure, most importantly, that you're having a good time. Okay, so whatever is going on in your life, if it's a lot, this message is for you. You have what you need to manage all of this, to manage anything. And all of this is going to make sense. But it's likely there is going to be a bit of chaos, a bit like what happened with the Big Bang Theory, not the TV show. So this is where everything comes from. This is the space of manifesting. You begin with a void, and then some stuff ends up in the void, and then there's some kind of explosion, and everything is chaotic and everywhere. And you have to see where the pieces land before you can start making sense of it. And that's all that is happening now. And that's why it's really important. Once again, they're saying to be grounded in all of this. Just be in the center of it, observing what is going on around you. You don't have to be reactive. You don't have to take it to heart. None of it's really personal, even though it might feel it. If everything's moving very fast, changing very quickly, changing positions, changing directions, just, okay, I know what I need to do right now. Light some incense, sit on the yoga mat, whatever it is, okay? Connect in with your lower chakras. That helps with the grounding. Medicines like rapé or cacao can be quite useful for this. All right, so this is a really good time to step back and consider what you are committed to, or in other words, where's your energy going to? Because if everything is trying to distract you and take your energy, it's going to take you away from yourself. Okay, all of a sudden I've got quite a serious energy coming in. It feels like Capricorn, no prisoners. I don't know if it is Capricorn, as you know, I'm not an astrologer, but that's what it feels like, if that makes sense to you. So it's kind of it's time to really think about your emotional needs, and if you have the room for it, what you want to manifest, what you want to bring in. You can start thinking about your future. Don't be so swept around in the, the chaos, in the storm, in the tornado, that you almost don't have a direction anymore. Okay. So again, they're just saying to me this could feel really personal. And whatever way you look at it, it seems like it's really personal. But it's not. It's just energy. It's just that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. We decided to come here now to transmute all this energy. A lot of us were retired star seeds. Definition I didn't even like once upon a time. Yeah. It's not personal. We're just transmuting an awful lot. And some of the stuff we're transmuting might not even be ours. So don't hang on to it. Don't overanalyze it. Allow it to move. There may be the sense of repeating, going over something that really feels old, dead. I thought that was dead. I thought that ex was gone, all that kind of stuff. Just bring your focus back into line. These distractions are coming up. That's an external force. So yeah, just consider you on the right path for you. That's like where your real work is for now. Be grounded, be in your body, and be aware of your needs and your wants, and that you're responsible for your life and your happiness. So how is your future looking right now? Are you making baby steps towards achieving whatever it is you want to achieve? Are you on path? What are the things that are coming at you like a computer game trying to knock you off path? Are there any things that are draining your energy that can be let go of? Okay. Are you utilizing all of your gifts? Are they starting to come online and you want to find out a bit more about how to use them? You don't have to rush yourself or anything like that. But are you using your gifts, or do you think, oh, I'll do that tomorrow? Because tomorrow never comes, baby. There's a lot of Alice in Wonderland stuff going on here, actually, which is interesting. It's not like I've been reading that book or anything. They just said to me, jam yesterday, jam tomorrow, but never jam today. Try not to have that attitude living in today, okay? Okay, showing me really about bringing everything into alignment, into focus. That kind of jaguar energy is the only way I can describe it. that might be a bit alien to some people, or you maybe you're connecting with that. Or if you've ever worked with the medicine combo, how you feel after that, just that kind of, I'm straight, I'm in alignment, I know where I'm headed, and I'm not worried about any motherfucker knocking me off course. Okay, so it's about you really shining in your uniqueness over Lion's Gate and through Leo New Moon. Hopefully that should have been coming online for you. If you could allow that to move through you. You stepped into your unique power, as it were, even more. And this is about, really embodying that and integrating that into your life. So what does that look like and kind of feel like to you? Really spend some time with this. So almost like a checkpoint for many people right now. Oh la la. Hello again. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for sharing your journey with me. Thank you so much to my amazing Patreons. And without you, this podcast would not be at all possible. And if you want to hear the rest of this podcast, please do jump on over to Patreon. And there's another half an hour or so of channeled information about what you might be able to expect over this powerful full moon. And just wishing you so much love and light and peace over this time and wherever you are on your journey. It's not an easy time for a lot of people, but we're all doing our own bit in our own way, and we can just take our time. There's no rush, there's no time limit. If you're interested in working with me for integration or preparing for working with plants or coming over to Peru to work with me, get in touch. We've got a dieta in November and various other goings on. We get moon ceremonies and various other bits and pieces over on patreon.com/Shamanic Heartspace. But for now, I'm going to leave it there and send you so much love, so much gratitude. You are making a difference. And just check in with yourself as you go through and remind yourself that you are enough. Take good care, and I will speak to you next time. See you at the Maloka.